family, welcome to Love and Life with King. I'm here again and I'm happy you decided to stop by. If you're a first-time subscriber, you are welcome. Please do well to subscribe for next notification. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always staying here with us. I'm happy to have you. So we'll go straight to the point. Today, on today's episode, we'll be talking about the components of love. And I'm so happy to talk about this because personally, in this journey of finding love and wanting to be loved, this has been of great and tremendous help. So that's why I'm bringing it to you today, so that you too can also benefit, so that you stop having heartbreaks, breakfast, or however you want to call it. But I'm happy that I'm bringing this to you on a platter of gold. So thank you. So we'll be talking about the components of love, the things that make love what it is, and everything that should be done in order to make sure that love makes sense. So the first and primary component of love is passion, commitment, empty love, and infatuation. I'll take that again. Passion, commitment, empty love, and infatuation. Empty love and infatuation might be the same, but they have little differences. So that's why I took time to itemize them. So we'll talk about them. First of all, we want to talk about passion. If we want to talk about the literal meaning of passion, it says strong and barely controllable emotions. Strong and barely controllable emotions. So if you really want to put this meaning into what we are talking about, you know it's a big thing. So if you want to talk about love now, they said, what's love? What's propelling you? What's the thing that is making you desire love? First of all, you have to start with passion. And you have heard the meaning of passion. So in your own love, are you sure that the meaning of that word is playing out? Most times you need hard work to make sure everything works. Yes, I'll say it again. Most times you need hard work to make sure everything works. So what's the passion you're putting in? What's the energy you are giving to your love life? What's the work? What's the time? What's everything that you're putting into it? Are you trying to regulate what you're feeling for your partner? Are you trying to regulate what's happening in your life for your friend? Are you trying to regulate what's happening around your love life? Are you trying to regulate what's happening in your marriage? Are you trying to regulate what's happening in your friendship? I'm asking these questions because I feel, even though we have to be intentional about everything we're doing, most times you need hard work. Let go, just be free, to make sure everything catch works. Yes, I'll say it again. Most times you need hard work to make sure everything works. So what's the passion you're putting in? Sometimes it makes sense like that. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. So your love life, in life, what's the work? What's the time? What's everything to have a balanced path? Are you trying to regulate what you're feeling for your partner? Are you trying to regulate what's happening in your life for your friends? So are you trying to wear passion what's happening around your love life in this? Are you trying to regulate what's happening in your marriage? Are you trying to regulate what's happening in your friendship? Have you put into committing to your relationship? I'm asking these questions because I feel life to make it even though we have to be intentional about, like I said, components. These are the things. Most times you need hard work just that to make sure everything catch form. These are the ingredients that help. Most times you need hard work to make sure looking forward to life. So what's the passion you're putting in? Sometimes it makes sense like that. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. That's why in life, what's checkable, what's the time, what's up to be able to have applicable to our path. Are you trying to? Cannot just our relationship with family. Sometimes are you trying to with friends? Are you relationship with friends? So that's a relationship with what's happening around your love life in this. Are you trying to relate what's happening in your marriage? Yes. Are you trying to relate what's happening in all energy have you put into committing to? I'm asking these questions because I love life to make it
even though we have to be intentional about.
Like I said, confidence.
Sometimes
like that you need to let go. Just start to make sure everything. Like I said, these are the things that you need hard work to make sure kind of like what situation are you desire to what energy you are using. I know that that's why it's like that will not be that will not make sense at the time. That will not help to have optimal. That is not help. How are you trying to? You cannot get our relationship with family partners. Are you trying with friends? Our relationship with friends. So that relationship with workers around your love life. Are you trying to apply marriage? Are you trying to applicable what energy you have value put into partner? I'm asking this question because I love life. To make even though I have to be intentional about. Like I said, confidence. Sometimes like that is friends and just start to make sure everything attached to us and every hard work to kind of like what situation are you desire as what energy you are using value. I know that that's why it's kind of what that will help to how we optimize. How are you trying to our relationship with family partners? Are you trying with friends? Our relationship with friends? So that's how we have to workers around the love life. Are you trying to applicable what energy out of put into partner? I'm asking this question. Please value life. You want to best out of intentional. Like I said, it's confidence. Sometimes like that is friends and just value everything attached to us and best out of what energy kind of like satisfy yourself as what should value and that's why it's kind of what that will help to how we optimize value. How are you trying to our relationship with family partners? Are you trying with friends? How you like your friends? How you trying to applicable and so out of put into and like I said, it's sometimes friends just everything attached to us like I said, so in a situation like that, please and please and please make sure you check. Like I said, so in a situation like that, please and please and please make sure you check. Like I said, Situation like that, please, and processes of attraction can situation like that, please, and processes of attraction can always drive you forward. You have to ask yourself all these questions. What's the connection between attracted to this person? What's the connection between attracted to that person? What's the connection between relationship and what is it that gives that are expected to, so as to end up getting a profitable result. Then we'll now talk about trust. Trust is applicable to all the areas of our lives apart from love. Trust is necessary. But when we talk about factors of love, I think trust should be the most important thing. Because when you look at all these things put together, it helps you grow, it helps thrive. So trust will also determine the durability of that relationship, of that love life, of that marriage, of that everything. Trust will determine the durability of everything. So as you are navigating, as you're walking through these paths, make sure that your trust in your partner is strong. Sometimes try to build it, and you at the receiving end, make sure you don't give questionable characters that will destroy the trust that one have in you. It might be in business. It might be in your career, your boss in the office. Try and always make sure that every point in time you create a trust level that will help you grow. Another thing is respect. Respect is very, very much needed in any relationship and any love we would want to talk about. If you don't respect each other, how do you grow? If you don't respect each other, how do you place value? If you don't respect each other, where will trust come in? If you don't respect each other, what are we even talking about? If you don't respect what you're doing, if you don't have value for what you're doing, so why are you there? So I think respect has a very, very vital role to play in this. So we'll move to the next item that says, what's the golden rule of love? And I wrote down something here that says, one of the golden rule of love, especially in relationship, is do unto others as they would have you do unto them. So it says, instead of treating your partner, your friend, as we would like to be treated, we treat them as they would want to be treated. It is harder than it seems for at least some reasons. That's where commitment comes in. That's where dedication comes in. That's where sacrifice comes in. Because if you say, that's where the love languages to comes in. You say, I want, okay, for example, you say, I would want my partner to be calling me at every opportunity. But you don't know how to call. You don't know the act of calling. You don't know how you feel calling is disturbing, but you want them to do the other way around to you. If you were to be in their position, how would you feel? How would you feel? That's it. So if you think what is best for you is best for you, then also make it make sense to the other person. Also make it make sense to the other person. Like, oh, this is what I want. This is what makes me happy. Or this is what I derive pleasure in. And you also help them to feel the same way. Sometimes you come across people, sometimes you come across partners that are not expressive. So you now ask yourself, how do you know that this is what they want? For people that are not expressive, you ask yourself, how do you know that this is what they want? You take time to study them. Don't be in a haste to conclude. Take time. Their day-to-day life, their patterns of getting things done will help you, will be a guide. It will help you go through. It will help you say, oh, this is how my friend loves things to be done. This is how my friend wants these things to be done. This is how my friend would like this to go. This is how my friend will be expecting the outcome of this project to be. So I think if you have all this in mind and you are very conscious of them, it will help. It will help a long way. It will help go a long way. So another thing I have here is, after we've outlined the components of love, how do we put them in a triangular shape to help us incorporate everything that has to do with these items or these ideas on each path? And I have something written down here. It says intimacy, emotional closeness, and connectedness. This will really go a long way to making sense. Passion, romantic and physical attraction, and commitment, the decision to maintain the love in a long term. This was what we talked about in the factors of love as we spoke about earlier: attraction, connection, trust, and respect. So I'm trying to put them in a triangular shape to make sure that everything goes line in line. We are able to achieve a reasonable, how do I put it, a reasonable idea, or will I say, come to reasonable terms that when it comes to each option, we should be able to analyze that this is what I'm looking out for. And this context I'm talking about, it's in a relationship kind of context, like the emotional closeness you have with your partner. Intimacy might have more explanation than that. Passion, the romantic and physical attraction you have to your partner. Commitment, the decision to maintain the love in a long term. This is self-explanatory if you really, really, really want to look into it. So at this point, we'll now be talking, how do I make sure I go in the right paths? How do I make sure that I actualize these things? How do I make sure that these things come out the way they are supposed to? okay, let's do like this. Number one, you write them down, your goals, your targets in the relationship, be it a love relationship, be it a work relationship, be it a life relationship, be it a relationship with anybody. And you know you really, really want to, for you to want to work things out with somebody, it must be something that is of value to you. So if these things are really of value to you, so you work towards them. So in the process of working towards them, these are the steps I'm telling you to take. You outline your aim, because the aim is what will be the driving force. Your aim in this. What's my aim? What am I trying to achieve? Where am I going to? Where will be my landing points? You walk through this aim. You set out boundaries. In the process of achieving this aim, what are my boundaries? What are my do's and don'ts? Because yes, you have to apply the do's and don'ts so that in the process of doing this, you don't violate the other person's belief system. You don't go out of the person's ideologies, or maybe go out of the other person's the way they see life. So you don't go out of the other person's circle in the process of wanting to get. Sometimes you might have a positive idea. Sometimes you might have a good reason for wanting to do this, but because it doesn't resonate with the other person, it turns out to go sour. So because of that, you write out the do's and don'ts, set the boundaries, and make sure you walk according to them. And the next level is map out strategies in achieving these things. The strategies in achieving these things. What are my strategies to making sure I achieve these things? And the last one is, what's the duration? What's the time frame in achieving these things? When you're done outlining and doing these things, then you can now start working towards them. Make sure to follow your targets and points. And if at the end you do these things and you get a positive response, better. But in some situation, I advise people of maybe you reach out to the other person and try to get some ideas that will aid. You might not put it openly. You might use some ways to ask questions. Oh, if I do this, what would be the outcome? Or in a situation of this, what would you require me to do? Like I'm saying, this is applicable in all areas of life. If I'm doing this, if I want to do this, if I'd love to do this, what would you see it to be? Would you appreciate it? Will you like it this way? Or if you have an idea that you would want me to do for us to get what we are looking at right, for us to be able to get this perfect, please can you share it with me? Then when you are able to get a positive answer or response, this will make everything you're doing go smoothly and perfect. I hope I've been able to make sense, and I hope all these things that I'm saying will help you walk out of whatsoever situation you are. So I want to say thank you for sticking to this time at this video. Please make sure to share, subscribe, turn on your notification buttons for subsequent videos. I'm happy you stayed upright to this point. Thank you and God bless.